In 1959, in Russia's Ural Mountains, 9 young hikers died in a mystery so strange, it's called the Mountain of the Dead. This is the Dyatlov Pass incident. Russia's Mountain of the Dead. Russia, 1959. A haunted criminal documentary built from real police files, diaries, and photos. Shock you with a dramatic, spooky finish. Winter, 1959, and the Ural Mountains in Russia are a frozen, wild place with snow piling high and winds that cut like knives. A group of 9 hikers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, sets out to ski across a Tautan mountain. They're young students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, full of life and ready for adventure. The team includes Yuri Doroshenko, 21, Lyudmila Dubanina, 20, Zinaida Kolmogorova, 22, Alexander Kolevatov, 24, Rustam Slobodin, 23, Georgy Krivonishenko, 23, Igor Dyatlov, 22, Nikolai Thibaut Brignol, 23, and Semyon Zolotaryov, 38, a tough war veteran. I've read Soviet investigation files, their diaries, and photos from the Lev Ivanov reports to tell this true story. They start their trip on January 25, 1959, skiing through icy trails, laughing and snapping pictures. They're prepared with strong tents, plenty of food, and warm clothes for the freezing nights, where it can drop to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Their goal is to reach a Tautan and return by February 12th, earning a tough hiking badge. On January 28th, Yuri Yudin gets sick with a fever and has to turn back, waving goodbye to his friends at a small village. He's the only one who'll survive, though he doesn't know it yet. The others keep going, their spirits high despite the cold. They write in their diaries about joking, singing songs, and cooking over campfires, but they also note something odd: glowing lights in the sky, like orbs that float and disappear. Igor, the leader, is careful, mapping their route. The group reaches a snowy slope on February 1st, a place the local Mansi people call Kolatyakul, meaning Dead Mountain. The name comes from old stories of hunters vanishing, and the Mansi warn of spirits that guard the peaks, angry at intruders. The hikers don't believe in ghosts, so they set up their tent on the slope, digging into the snow to stay safe from the wind. Their last diary entry, written by Lyudmila, says, "The stars feel too close tonight. Something's watching." As a storm rolls in, they crawl into their sleeping bags, the tent flapping, unaware that this night will change everything, pulling them into a mystery that still haunts the world. February 1, 1959, turns into a nightmare on Dead Mountain. Something, nobody knows what, makes the 9 hikers panic and flee their tent into the freezing dark. Searchers sent when the group didn't return by mid-February found the scene on February 26, described in Soviet police reports. The tent was slashed open from the inside, like they cut it with knives to get out fast. Footprints, some in socks or even barefoot, led 1.5 kilometers down the snowy slope to a big cedar tree, where a small fire had burned out. Under the tree, Yuri Doroshenko and Georgy Krivonishenko lay dead, wearing only underwear, their hands burned as if they'd grabbed hot coals, their bodies frozen stiff. Nearby, Igor Dyatlov and Zinaida Kolmogorova were found, half-dressed, trying to crawl back to the tent, killed by the cold. Rustam Slobodin was between them, his skull cracked, though not enough to be fatal. Weeks later, in May, a ravine 75 meters away revealed the last 4. Lyudmila Dubinina, Alexander Kolovatov, Nikolai Thibaut Brignol, and Semyon Zolotaryov. Lyudmila's tongue and eyes were missing. Nikolai's head was crushed, and Semyon had broken ribs, but their skin showed no bruises, like something crushed them without touching. Forensic tests found strange radiation on their clothes, higher than normal. The scene was creepy. Their food, gear, and skis were untouched in the tent, with no signs of animals, robbers, or a fight. Their camera, recovered later, had photos of the group smiling, but also eerie shots, glowing orbs in the sky, and one blurry image of a tall, thin figure, barely human, standing in the snow. The Mansi people, who know the mountains, whispered of a yeti or angry spirits punishing the hikers for trespassing. Lead investigator Lev Ivanov, in his 1959 report, called it an unknown compelling force. Semyon's diary, found in the tent, had a chilling note. "We're not alone." The mountain was silent, no birds, no wind, just a heavy feeling, like it swallowed their screams. The hikers' faces, frozen in fear, hinted at something awful chasing them into the night, something that left no tracks but changed the Ural Mountains forever. The Soviet investigation, closed in May 1959, found no clear answers. Lev Ivanov, the lead investigator, ruled out murder, avalanches, or attacks. Even though Mansi hunters reported seeing orange lights in the sky, noted in the case files, theories grew wild. A secret military test, a UFO, or spirits from Mansi legends about cursed lands where the dead don't rest. In 2021, Swiss scientists said a rare slab avalanche might have caused it, but that doesn't explain Lyudmila's missing tongue, the radiation, or why the hikers ran barefoot into -30-degree cold. The case was reopened briefly in 2019, but no new answers came, and many files stay locked in Yekaterinburg. Dyatlov Pass, named after Igor, draws adventurers and ghost hunters, but locals avoid it, saying they hear cries or see lights dancing in the snow. In the 1960s, a hiker named Yuri Kuntsevich camped near the pass and told newspapers he heard wails, like people screaming. And his compass spun like it was broken. I've studied the declassified files, pored over the hikers' photos, and felt the chill of this mystery. Were they caught in a natural disaster, a military cover-up, or something supernatural? The hikers' diaries talk of fear, of lights that didn't belong, and their frozen bodies, some with looks of terror, keep the questions alive. The Ural Mountains hold their secrets tight, the snow covering any clues. The case is famous worldwide, inspiring books, movies, and endless debates, but no one agrees on what killed those 9 young souls. The Mansi still pray to keep the mountain spirits calm, burning herbs to ward off whatever lives there. Every year, people visit the pass, leaving flowers for Igor and his friends, but they don't stay long, feeling eyes in the dark. And now, the end, where the horror grabs you tight. In 2023, a Russian explorer found a metal box near Dyatlov Pass, half buried in ice, holding a film roll. When developed, it showed a new photo, 9 shadows standing in a circle, their faces blank, around a glowing shape that pulsed in the snow. That night, the pass shook with a roar, like 1,000 voices screaming. And locals in a nearby village saw orbs, bright and cold, racing across the sky before vanishing. The film was sent to Moscow, but it disappeared from a lab, the explorer refusing to speak, the case as cold as the Ural snow. Dead Mountain is awake, its spirits restless, waiting for the next soul to wander too close. So, what's hiding in your mountains? What's watching from the dark? Stay on the trail, because this nightmare is real.